Hello third graders and welcome to the word study video for Yellow Sort 44, in which we're again going to look at words that we call contractions. Contractions are when we take two small words, usually a pronoun and a helping verb, and we connect them into one word using an apostrophe, what I like to call a comma in the sky. So looking at your words, there are quite a few of them. I believe there are 23 words. And they all kind of end with four different spelling patterns. They either end with N apostrophe T. When it ends with N apostrophe T, that means the contraction ends with the word not. For example, couldn't. The N apostrophe T, it's could, not, couldn't. Some of the words end with an apostrophe S. That stands for the word is. So you'll see the word whose, who is. Some of the words end with apostrophe VE, and you can see that VE here, just like you saw the S here and the N and the T here. That means the second word in the contraction is have. So if you see could've, which ends with the VE, it would be could have. And the last category is the will category, in which the words end with apostrophe LL. That means the second word in the contraction was will. So for example, they'll, they will, they'll. So go ahead and pause the video, cut apart your cards, and sort them into these four categories. Not, an apostrophe T, is, apostrophe S, have, apostrophe VE, and will, apostrophe LL. Now that you have your word card sorted, go ahead and get out your word study notebook, open up to the next clean page, and in the top right-hand corner, put today's date. Pause the video again so that you can correctly write the title and your four categories. Please make sure you include these in your categories as well. It will help you. Okay, now that you have your word study notebook, looks like mine, let's begin with the words where the second word in the contraction was not. There are 7 of these words. We have couldn't, which was could not. Excuse me. Wouldn't, which was would not. Aren't, are not. Weren't, were not. Don't, do not, don't. Doesn't, does not, doesn't. And hasn't, has not, hasn't. So you'll notice in these words, the base words aren't changed here. Couldn't, wouldn't, aren't, were, do, does, and has. Those aren't changed in the spelling at all. It's the end of these that are changed. All right, let's look at the next category, which is we'll call the is category, in which is the second word in the contraction. We have whose, who, is, whose. Theirs, their, is, theirs. Here's, here, is, here's. Where's, where, is, where's. And what's, what is, what's. So again, contractions are when we combine two words. The second word is, and the first word is what is different here, but they're all spelled normally. Who, there, here, where, and what's. And notice after these base words, you have the apostrophe. Or here you have the N apostrophe T. It's a little tricky on this one, but these are all going to have the base word, then the apostrophe, then the ending. All right, for the have words, we have could've, could, have, could've, would've, would, have, would've, should've, should, have, should've, and might've, might, have, might've. So again, the base words could, would, should, and might are all spelled normally. It's the second word that is changed, apostrophe VE. And our last category, so there were 7 nots, 5 is, 4 have, and for will, there are 7, just like the knots. So we have they'll, they, will, they'll, that'll, that, will, that'll, this'll, this'll, this or this will, this'll, who'll, who, will, who'll, she'll, she, will, she'll, he'll, he, will, he'll, and you'll, you, will, you'll. So these base words aren't, the spelling isn't changed. They, that, this, who, she, he, and you. Those spellings aren't changed. It's the second word that gets modified in the contraction. Okay, so sorting, it's not the problem. Just make sure you understand in the second word what gets changed. N apostrophe T, apostrophe S, apostrophe VE, and apostrophe LL for the test on Friday.